Welcome back, everyone. My name's Eltimar, and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Divinity Original Sin 2. Where we left last time, we're about to save Meister Siva, not Magister Siva. I said that wrong last time. Also, this fight is extraordinarily annoying, so... Or at least it used to be. We'll see if it's changed. But if it hasn't changed, then it's going to be a very annoying fight. We'll find out pretty fast. Hi, everyone.
A fly buzzes around the dwarf's mutilated head. For a moment it lands, crawls across his open eye, and takes off again. The silent watcher does not blink.
Gross.
A Magister guard approaches. Behind her, on the gallows, two lizards. One in a Magister uniform hangs dead from her neck. The other hangs from her hands, still alive.
Step away from the prisoner!
Who is the half-living prisoner, and why is she hanging by her hands?
She's hanging by her hands because the boss don't want her dead just yet. She's a tough one, Meister Siva. She's a seeker, and she's a bloody traitor.
I've heard of the Seekers.
What have you heard? Have you heard that they killed our beloved Alexander?
Actually, that was me.
She was part of the Order. Knew Alexander personally. Alexander trusted her. At least as far as you can trust a lizard. To repay that trust, the Meister gave Alexander up to his enemies. She wasn't there when Alexander fell, but White Magister Raymond uncovered the truth. She's as guilty as any of them, and I reckon she got off lightly. I'd have had her flayed alive with a salted bullwhip.
I'm gonna set her free, and you would be wise to step aside.
You're going to... what, now?
Well, you could free her yourself, really.
She betrayed Alexander. I'd sooner die than free her.
Ask if she really knows who killed Alexander. It was me.
I'll regret this, I know I will. Alright, I'll stand aside.
The lizard hangs from the gibbet, her face blooded and her scales discolored. Her eyes are closed, but her tongue flickers as you approach.
Welcome to Driftwood, Godwoken.
Well, hello.
One bloody eye cracks open, glittering gold appearing from beneath the swollen lid.
Chased you all the way here from Fort Joy, did they? Very well then, cut me down. There is work to be done.
I wonder if I can steal that dead lizard's face.
Or indeed you could stand there like a stage-struck peasant. If you're waiting for me to applaud and cry encore, you may be disappointed. I'm in no position to clap.
Melody said that you could train me, is that true?
The Meister bares her teeth, stained a deep pink by her blood, and growls.
Melody is unfortunately mistaken. I cannot train you, but I can certainly help you on your path. As long as I am free of this rope.
Okay, I'll unleash you.
Be quick about it. Who knows when that Magister might return?
Bloop.
God's teeth, it feels good to move again. Now, best scurry off before that Magister wanders back. Meet me at my home in Driftwood, and we can see what you're made of.
Alright, I'll work on that. You go do your thing. I need to rip off a face. Oh, I need to get closer. It is a lizard, so it should work, technically. I'm gonna need your face, good sir. I don't know why I find that so amusing. It's kind of awful. Now, there are some incredibly tough fights in this area.
The wind is a
like this one, level 12. We are not doing that yet. In fact, we probably shouldn't leave too far from the town on the northern path just yet. We'll die pretty badly. We need to get like level 11, 12, maybe 13 before we go fight the scarecrows. There are easier quests out there. I wonder if the chickens have done their... Oh, the chickens have done their thing. We have to go back. There's a lot of blood around, you might notice. And there is Peeper, the void... Oh, we can't actually... Hang on, we gotta go do the other thing first. We'll come back for Peeper. It is a quest we have to do, but we need it to be able to see the undead first. Or see ghosts first. So, we're going to the Meister's house. Which is this one. This lovely house here by the river. It has a boat and a dock. I think it even has a water wheel attached to it. I mean, it's not exactly like a poor person's house. Kind of a nice place.
The Meister sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was dislocated by the gallows.
damnable red cloak baboons ransacking my wardrobes, as if I would keep ancient valuable secrets in a pile with my unmentionables.
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she shoves her shoulder back into its socket.
That sounds painful.
I swear by the seven, if we did not have more important matters to attend to.
Well, we do, though.
Reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle, and thread out of a box. She slowly starts to tend to her wounds.
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe.
What exactly is it that I need?
In your case, more than I suspect, man. God or even reptile can provide.
I see.
However, we must soldier on. It is not enough to be God-woken in order to ascend to divinity. There is a process.
As she speaks,
There's always
the
a process.
Meister uncorks a vial of shimmering liquid, sauce. She lets a couple of drops fall on her hand, but instead of infusing with her body, they quickly evaporate on her scales. She stares at the empty spot on her palm for a long moment before turning back to you, continuing as if nothing had happened.
A process by which God-woken may ascend. It begins with discovering your deepest self, delving into your own soul.
I clap my hands together enthusiastically. Time to give that thing what's coming to it.
Quite.
Time is short, let's go.
Enthusiasm? On a weekday? My word.
It's Sunday right now.
We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen God-woken, but becoming divine requires more than a supernatural pat on the head. Come, God-woken. It is time to see just how awake you are.
I'm plenty woke, thank you.
The Magisters pay as much attention to art as they do to fashion.
Origins of Lucian.
Kindly remove that painting from the wall.
Why are your cups not worth $250 like Dallas's were? T is for Troll, Tales of the Seven Gods. Just gonna grab all your books. And whatever encyclopedia that is. Alright.
I pray my instructions will not be too...
I'm busy, I was
Your
busy
talent
looting your
for
stuff.
simple instructions. Push the button.
It's already done.
Now, kindly go to the vault and enter the combination. I shall call it out as you go.
Alright.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame a delicate rotary dial. Gleaming under the dim light, the metallic dial almost seems to wink at you.
I enter it as she calls it out.
Taking your time, you carefully enter the combination. The metallic sounds of the tumblers falling within the mechanism let you know you entered the code correctly.
Excellent. Follow me. Your time is at hand, God-woken.
You're looking a little worse for the wear. There. It's a jelly room. I'm gonna steal it anyways. It's a giant wine... 2 giant wine barrels. How did you get those into the basement? Like, those things would weigh an absolute ton. They're as big as a person. Full of wine. Actually, they're much bigger than a person. They're like as big as 4-ish people. So let's assume that the average person in this game is like 150 pounds. That seems pretty average for like an average male character in this game. That's about 4 male characters worth. So let's say it's 600-pound barrel going down this tiny rickety ladder. I don't think so. I don't think that's how it's gonna work.
Ancient runes, weird contraptions. This place is an Arcanist's dream.
I'm taking your source orb. Not what I need it for, but I'm taking it anyways. Alright, we need the firestorm grenades. On source orbs 3. I'll take the wooden figurine, it's worth a bunch of money. Is that a grotesquerie? It is, they're not really worth anything. I'm gonna put it over there. That's a stove, we don't need that. Ingredient cupboard.
You see a selection of ingredients, thrown together in no particular order.
I don't know which ones. Oh, excuse me. Don't know which ones I need yet. Had a bit of a yawn there. Although we can have unlimited source here, which is nice. This is actually a good place to leave a pyramid when we get the 3rd one. That way you can always teleport back to it and get source. Notes on God-woken Ascension. The ritual is quite simple. Place a single piece of blackroot in the ritual bowl, draw blood with an obsidian lancet. Your own is most convenient. Sprinkle it upon the root. Set flame to the bowl and its contents. Ensure you have sufficient source. Inhale the resulting smoke. And beyond this point, nothing is known. You got it. I'll work right on that. Let's go to the ingredient thing. Well, we'll talk to her first.
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that. Her face seems grim as she turns to you.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, Godwoken?
I know less about divinity than I do about sin.
Then it's time to smarten up. This responsibility isn't one of the meek, the selfish, or, in your case, the ignorant. No, becoming the divine means taking on the power of all the gods and the responsibility for all the races. The divine was created by the gods to shelter us from the void. The divine cannot use her power for anything else.
Hold up a hand. Surely I can use some power for myself.
When you become the divine, there is no more self.
For just a moment, her eyes soften as she looks at you.
It is no small thing to ask, but it is your duty. Without a new divine, Rivellon will die.
I nod, but I'm already thinking about what I could do with such power.
Very well, then. Let's see if we can't snatch divinity from the jaws of the void. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then inhale the smoke. Ignore any feelings of dizziness, burning in your lungs, or a dire sense of existential dread. They're all perfectly normal. Although you will need to sacrifice a little sauce along the way.
You have a giant jar of it.
Everything you need is here. Ingredients in the cupboard. Sauce in the glowing fountain. Ritual in the tome by the bookcase. Even an incinerator to provide a flame.
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes out, staining her claws.
Your cuts look pretty bad.
Quite. Mind you, being torn asunder by a Voidwoken would be even more inconvenient. So if you wouldn't mind...
The Meister points sharply to the ingredients cupboard.
Alrighty.
And do not lose anything. These ingredients are rare indeed. I'm not hiking back out to the cloisterwood to fetch you more blackroot.
Opening the door, you see...
Give me the ingredients.
You spot the blackroot, nestled between the grated dragon's tongue and drudene oil. You gather up the blackroot, obsidian lance, and ancient bowl, and kick the door of the cupboard closed.
Alright, so, easy enough to do. We combine the blackroot with the bowl, which is moved. There it is. Now we have a bowl with ritual stuff in it. Now we're going to use this item, which now is blood. We're going to combine that. Where did it go in my inventory? Things always vanish. Am I just completely missing it? Alright, fine. We do that. We combine it with the lancet, which now has moved again too. Boom. Now we have this ritual bowl, and that's all we need. We go like this. We walk over here. We lob this into the incinerator. Throw the lever. Boom. Fire. Smoke.
You suck the smoke deep into your lungs. Your vision starts to swim and cloud. There is an intense pounding in your head, and you can feel the world fading.
We hold them in the lungs and ignore the thumping in my head.
As the world fades away, you lose all sense of being grounded. You reach out, but you could feel yourself falling slowly, sinking into the depths of your own soul.
This recess of my soul. But it looks like the Hall of Echoes.
We're back in the Hall of Echoes, but in our soul echoes. I don't think there's anything over here. We're gonna look around anyways. We are standing up at the podium. Such it is. Losa.
Ah, there you are. I've been waiting for you.
That's a different voice.
I was worried you weren't coming.
You look fleshier than usual. What gives?
Isn't that just the question? I come bearing a gift. See? Look into my eyes.
I lean forward and gaze into your own eyes. If your other half wasn't an evil parasite, I might enjoy this.
There. Now wait. Wait.
I can see ghosts.
Ah. Now speak the spell. And see what I've gotten for us.
You got it. But it's the skill. So I have to do this and put this on our bars. Also, we have 2 other ability slots. Let's put the explosion thingy. And we need supercharger, because that sounds fun. Why isn't battering ram on our bars? There we go. Should probably organize this a little bit better. Bloop. Alright, so we have summoning. We're gonna move this over here. We have summoning stuff. Actually, we need to move this even further. There we go. Knockdown, extra damage. Summoning. Summoning. Supercharger. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Alright, good enough. Are we missing anything off our bars? Yes, Shackles of Pain. Not really a summoning or anything else we have. So grab Death Wish. Or Infect. Or just Whirlwind instead of... Yeah, actually, you know what? Get rid of Shackles of Pain. Pick up Whirlwind instead. Done. Alright, with Spirit Vision, that's what we needed. Boom!
There. That's a bit more familiar. So... go on. Pretty fantastic, isn't it? You're a step closer toward becoming like one of them now.
What do you mean? Like one of whom?
One of the gods, Losa dear. Come on, keep up. You can see spirits now. Try it next time you cut some innocent to bits. You'll be able to find out just what their sweet little soul thinks of you.
Why have you given me this power?
We can't let the other Godwoken outpace you, can we? They'll be meeting one of the seven, camping out within their own souls, you know. Shriveled, half-dead gods looking to steal source from their chosen, in exchange for the power to see spirits.
If that's the case, the gods are no better than the sad replicant I see before me.
That's right, Losa. And don't forget it. The gods are no better than me. They're no better than you, either. They need source. And they're running out of it. Soon enough, there'll be little more than dead, dry husks, light enough to knock down with a puff of air. That is, unless they get help.
Help from the other Godwoken, presumably. Why haven't the gods come to me too?
Why would they want you? You think the gods have any use for a two-bit singer with a parade of unpredictables marching through her head? You may be Godwoken, but that doesn't make you worthy. But that doesn't matter, Losa. I saw something special in you. Something they didn't see. That's enough.
It is I who have no use for the gods, or it, or anyone else claiming to deserve a place in my soul.
Ingratitude doesn't become you, Losa. Look what you can do. You can bless. You can see the spirits of the world. When will you believe that all I want is to see you, to see us, succeed? The void itself is hunting down the gods, leeching them in ways I only dreamed were possible. Drop by drop, they drain away, and your path forward becomes all the clearer. The gods have gone into hiding within your fellow Godwoken. They seek to become what we are, stronger together, unstoppable together. But we are far ahead of them already. And I know where we must go next. The Well of Ascension. Has a nice ring to it, doesn't it?
I turn the phrase over in my head. I ask if that's where the Godwoken are meant to become divine.
You're smarter than you look. It's a lake, really. A pool of pure source in which the powers of the seven lie united. The seven, fools that they are, each gave up half their powers to create the first divine. To bathe in the lake is to become divine. We'll do more than that, though. Feeling thirsty?
Thirsty? What are you implying?
The gods are weak. Weaker than I expected. The void is nearly here. You need to go to the Well of Ascension and absorb the source of the seven. All of it. Then you'll become a god. How does that sound?
I'd make a pretty great god, but not while I'm sharing my body with a demon.
Without me, you would have died in a shipwreck before you even got to Fort Joy. I have been good to you, Losa. Remember that. The world needs someone to safeguard it against the void. With the powers of the gods, you'll do a great job. don't you think?
And what will your role be when I am divine?
Much the same as it is now. I'll be your advisor, your helpmate. And in return, you'll ensure my survival in the new order of things. For make no mistake, a new order is coming.
What will happen to the other Godwoken?
Whatever you want. You'll be in charge. You fret so much about others. I do hope one day you'll learn to let go and think of yourself. Let me show you what comes next. We'll make our way to the lake, but not yet. Not until you've become a true master of the Source. You'll need to learn to speak the language of creation itself. It won't be easy. You'll need to find tutors, masters of the Source. People who can teach you to increase the volume of Source you can control. Few remain, and the ones who do have been driven to the brink of survival. The Order has made certain of that. Still, I have full faith in you, Lohse. You'll find them, and you'll convince them to teach you. Once you have, find me here again. We'll move forward from there.
I will do as I please.
I'd expect nothing less. Soon enough, though, you'll realize that you can do as I say, or get consumed by the void, or a vengeful Godwoken. Your call. Till next time, darling.
And we are now of a portal out. We've talked to our other self.
The Meister stares intently at you. Her eyes are tired and bruised, but determined.
Still alive? Gods above, there might be something to you after all.
She leans in, her bloody tongue flickering hungrily about your face.
Ew.
Tell me, what did you see? What you know?
I ignored the burning in my lungs and quickly explained what happened. The presence within me, my new power, and the Masters of Source.
She sighs impatiently as you hack up the last of the green smoke.
You can't channel enough Source? Gods be damned, why couldn't you have a nice simple problem? Finding an orc to dance the hornpipe, perhaps?
I brush off her concerns. I can do anything.
You may well have that potential, but at the same time... how to put this? I don't trust you to tie your bootlaces without accidentally hanging yourself, let alone controlling the powers of creation.
Hey, that's mean.
So we must seek alternatives. Alas, the only Source Masters not yet hauled off to Fort Joy or turn into meat puppets are those too dangerous or cunning for the Magisters to contain. Sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but we may have no others to turn to.
Wait, are you really telling me I should go train under evil sorcerers?
You will not be there long, I assure you. There is only so much you can glean from a twisted mind. However, it is the path we walk, no matter what the cost. No matter what is asked of you.
Go get a healing potion.
The Meister doubles over in a violent coughing fit, struggling for breath. After a few moments, she regains her composure, wiping a thin smear of blood from the corner of her mouth.
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from them.
You don't really seem well.
And you do not seem to be paying attention. Sorcerers, evil, controlling your source, saving Rivellon, please. Please tell me at least some of this rings a bell. Your focus, your only focus, must be on finding these masters. On finding the secrets to divinity. Nothing else matters.
How difficult could it be to find an evil sorcerer?
The Magisters have kept ledgers with all known sorcerers, especially the powerful ones not yet captured. They would be an invaluable resource, but do be careful not to get caught. I was their guest for a time, and I promise you the gallows was the most comfortable part of the experience. And if their barracks turns out to be as empty as their skulls, just try to keep an ear to the ground. There may still be powerful sorcerers hiding in these lands.
I know where they are already.
As she speaks, one of her wounds reopens, a dark red stain spreading across her tunic. She hisses in frustration and starts to bind the gash.
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition, I would be more a hindrance than a boon.
You're at full life.
Godspeed, and remember, do whatever it takes.
I'll be back as soon as possible. Alright.
Quirkus, what are you looking at? Egad, stop gawking at the shield. You ought to be quite used to such journeys into that stone realm by now. Meanwhile, the acorn draws nearer. I read through some tomes I saw that cranky old lizard carrying. Some fascinating leads, but nothing like the power we need to stop the Knights of Dre and their wicked plot.
A warrior and a scholar. I'm impressed by your many skills.
Our gargantuan friend is easily impressed. Wait until it learns that I'm a knight, a scholar, and a wizard capable of saving the world. No, of course it knows that already, Quercus. Yes, I'm aware it's the entire basis of our partnership. No, I most certainly do not feel the need to return the compliment. I owe our shield my life several times over. I hardly need to grovel and thank it each time. I'm sure it knows I appreciate it. Now, if you're quite finished ogling your favorite long-legged scratching post, we need to get on and save the world already.
Yes, we do. Let's go do the chicken quest, because that's a fun one. Alright, we need to find 3 sorcerers, but there are a slew of other quests to do in this area. First and foremost, we're going to head to the chicken coop where there is just blood everywhere. Not exactly a good sign. All of the chickens have apparently died. Except for Peeper, who is alive and well, and apparently relatively fully grown. In the brief couple seconds since we last spoke with him, or delivered him. Big Marge is 100% dead. We can see its body, which is good.
Monster! Monster! Poor little Peeper! Poor little monster Peeper, baby! There's only one way. Yes, there's only one thing to do, Papa!
I ask about this Papa. Does she mean Peeper's father?
Yes! He wanders, he roosts, but he is special. He can help Peeper, can keep him safe.
Should I put the chick out of its misery? It seems dangerous.
What? Papa? No! Peeper's still just a baby, and Papa can help.
Alright.
Mama!
It looks delicious, Quercus.
Alright, it's coming with us.
Try to restrain yourself.
We need to go find the rooster. Luckily, I know mostly where it is. I tend to get a little bit lost when we leave town out this way, but we'll play it by ear. It'll be fine. We have our Peeper following us. I know there are ghosts lingering nearby, thank you. We'll see it later, don't worry. Also, Fane is not with us. And he probably should be. There we go. We go up this direction. And we avoid that thing for sure. That is a good way to die right now. We'll go to the bee place later as well. And this little farm thing up here, but we need one specific thing we're going towards. I wonder if it's on the map. It's not, but it's up here somewhere. This is the troll, isn't it? Yep, I might have gone too far this direction. Those are the cows. That's also not quite what we're looking for, but that's another quest we'll have to deal with in a minute. Possibly this way. Inferno, I think that's who it is. Is that not who it is?
I'd give up my wings for a respite
Nope.
from this pestilence.
Different one, though. You look as sick as a parrot, but in truth, I'm not sure what breed you are.
The bird musters just enough strength to throw you a look of disgust.
I am a rare trophy animal, not some gaudy parrot. With this sickness, I can't quite recall what I am exactly. Some farmer took me for a bloody rooster, imbecile. At least I had his brood's full attention. But they're dead, and so is he, I'll wager. Now here I am, riddled with pox and with nothing but a harem of rotting fowl for company.
Have you tried any remedies for your condition?
I doubt anything can remedy how terrible I feel.
You wanna die?
The bird ruffles its patchy coat of feathers, glaring at you with beady eyes.
You're no healer. How dare you suggest such a thing? Besides, I'm far too valuable, a trophy animal, to just be put down.
You're only prolonging your suffering.
The bird's head droops miserably. There's no better offers on the horizon.
All right, do it. Just try and make it quick.
Well, you're just diseased. Maybe we can just bless you. Who's got source? You do.
Come on, I'm ready.
We're gonna work on your quest. We're not ready to kill you yet. I'm looking for an entirely different rooster at the moment, though. Oh, there's a waypoint here. We might as well grab that. There's dead things here. Where is this damn rooster? Thought for sure it was down around this area. Oh, there's a magical rooster up there. Okay, so we were headed the right direction. It's way further north than I thought it was, but whatever. We'll cruise across the river, and there's the rooster right there. The magic cockerel. It auto-saved us. Never a great sign.
Behold, it is I, the magic cockerel. Waka! What is this? Papa? Papa? Papa?
Magic cockerel? Remind myself to find out more about that later.
Well,
This is your son with Big Marge, though she's dearly departed now.
Marge? Marge! Oh, Marge! She was a good sort. I'll mourn her with my mourning. Coco!
The rooster looks his son over, first with one beady eye, then the other.
He has my eyes. But I see nothing but the void lurking behind those pretty peepers. Kill him now, or he will kill us all later. Papa?
I wink and say that I'll take care of Peeper.
Good choice. Good choice. Oh, gosh. And I'll give you a little something for your trouble after.
Choose my reward. Finesse potion? Nope. Pixie dust? Probably. Chanterelle? Nope. Pixie dust it is. So we killed Peeper. He does turn into a void monster if you don't kill him, and we don't get this loot. And it's pretty good loot. So, it's dead. Little Peeper ate it. Those are some decent boots too, although no wits, no wits. We get movement though, and hit points, and fire resistance, and a little bit more armor. But what are your boots? Oh my god, he's wearing prisoner's boots still. That is just some terrible gearing right there. Huh. We're just gonna drop those because they're barely worth carrying around. He needs a little more armor. Do we have any extra loot kicking around for Dear Fane? I do like his belt though, it's got Lucky Charm on it. Perseverance not as important, but Lucky Charm is pretty good. So is 29 hit points. His rings are pretty okay still. What is he wearing that's low level? Just these gloves. We really need to get rid of those gloves eventually. Maybe new pants too. Rings are okay. Necklace is okay. Shield's okay. Axe is okay. Helmet's mediocre. Well, we got rid of Peeper. We're gonna call the video here. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you all next time. We're gonna go probably do like the cow quest and the Furno quest, and maybe go talk to Jahan, but he's on the other side over there. So we might go back to town and go out this way. There's a couple easier areas over here where we can gain some valuable leveling. There's also a bunch of stuff in the graveyard we can do. There's tons of stuff to do in this map in general, so see you guys next time.